Well, all we know at this point is that he seems to have been taken to the local police station. I am going to seek a confirmation and perhaps more details from the South African Police Service, the official channels that is, to find out the nature of those charges and exactly what the next steps are going to be. But from those on the ground, it certainly seems like they will be processing him at the police station. But as we've learned while following this story, Sally, that things change very quickly. So we will be providing updates as that situation unfolds as well.
Yeah, and talk to us a little bit more about what is going on inside the Escort Correctional Services facility. We heard earlier from Justice Minister Ronald Lamola that the former president is in 2 weeks quarantine.
Sleeping Hey guys, how are we doing tonight or this evening? It's not even the night time yet. It's winter, so the sun hasn't gone up, hasn't gone down yet. How is everyone doing? How is the day going for you guys? It is the tasty, tantalizing Thursday. We can't say Pooza Thursday because we can't get drinks. Okay, Trent, cool. I got old William, Mr. Clicky Click Monkey, and Daniel. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. I'm gonna be in the Discord soon. Make sure the internet's stable and all that, and it looks like it is stable. It's probably gonna pop out later. No, my luck. How does it sound? How's the audio? Are we all happy? Time to gamble, there we go. Fucking makes me laugh. Cool. So, guys, have you read the description? But tonight is a bit different. So, DAS's general manager, Oskar Gabrielson, and DAS LA's general manager, Christian Gross, and Respawn's founder, Group GM Vice with Zampella and Grenier. So many people. It's going to be awesome. So basically we're talking about Apex. So I know some of you guys that do play Apex will be interested. And they're going to be talking about all the stuff in Battlefield 2042. The whole reason we're here. So it's a bit of a live one. I thought we would have a chat, give my commentary over it. You guys give your thoughts, so we're all on the same page. And let's take a guess. So I'm running a poll in the chat right now. As you can see, will we get rented service for Battlefield 2042? Okay, I don't know if you can pin that. How do you pin a comment? Pin this message. Here we go. Hey, done it. Yes, Daniel, Apex and Battlefield, so both of them are happening together. Everyone's Pokemons are here. Yeah, so Daniel and I are going to be flying some aeroplanes a little bit later, and a bit of DCS, which is going to be quite fun. It's going to be quite entertaining. I'm going to look forward to it, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I should actually get my controller, shouldn't I? Oh no! I'm breaking the illusion! There we go. I fixed it. I'm still in Candler. Hey, Crocs is here as well. Hello, Crocs. How are you doing, sir? So, those of you that said old Mr. Zuma's not going to jail last night, good thing we didn't put money on it. I would have won. So I have faith in our legal system, unlike some people. Let's do. Okay, I need to do that. Where is it folder now? There you go. Run it there. And did I keep my values? Oh shit, it did. Nice. Persistent dead zone. That is fantastic. Hey, Franny, how you doing, my bud? How are you doing, my friend? Love you too, buddy. Do some smart bombs. Yes. I'm keen to find that out. So, yeah, Crocs, I'm not too sure, dude. Like I said, I'm gonna believe it if he is in overalls. Until I see a picture of him actually in overalls. Yeah. I'm not gonna believe it either. Yo, I want to believe he's definitely in jail. I want to believe that, like, our law system is actually working. Somebody else did the same thing I did. They clickbaited the fuck out of their title. Just rename it. There we go. Let's change the title to that. Okay, so got some voting with 3 voting. Cool, guys. You know the usual. Please hit a like on the stream. If you're new here and haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Yeah, tell other people about the stream. Tell them, bring them through. Tell them to come watch. Whether on their own devices or several devices. And then if you haven't entered the competition, guys, please, please, please. We can play some APs later if you keep, I'll probably take a pass on that, dude. Don't like battle royales. I've tried so many of them and I just don't like it. Well, let's cut over to this now. Cool. So we've got 4 minutes left on this counter. So let's see how it goes. So guys, what other games do you guys play besides the good old Battlefield? So Rocket League. I've got Rocket League. I've got 3 copies of GTA 5. Still haven't never played it once. We're quite keen on doing a Binding of Isaac again one day. I'm still joining Monkey in chat. Guys, I'm in Discord if you want to join. Monkey, how you doing?
All good, buddy. What up?
And my audio is working first time properly. Factorio I haven't played yet. Seen it. It's seems I've played Satisfactory. Frostpunk, don't know. There's a lot of Pokemon on screen for a change. Holy shit.
Yeah, 8 people watching, dude.
Look, 8 people active as well.
Oh, and active.
That's the big thing. Ah, man, my toothache's kicking in.
That's bad, dude.
I've done so well the entire day without painkillers. Okay. It's one of the downsides of depression. You don't realize how bad your hygiene gets until it's too late. It's from years ago, by the way. It's not now. Just got a damaged tooth and cavity that I didn't get fixed.
Time to get it fixed, buddy.
Yeah.
Or serious health issues.
Yeah, oh fuck, the dentist is gonna fluke me when he sees my teeth. Like borderline a horse, dude. You can put a bridle in my mouth. Oh gosh, okay, let's see if the EA's got... I can't adjust anything with... So what do you guys think of my thumbnail? I actually photoshopped a thumbnail for a change instead of just doing like a template. Anno 2205, I do want to try that. Main Overwatch Paladins BF. Overwatch Awesome Paladins is Overwatch. Battlefield, Minecraft, Rocket League, but I have... We played Valorant for quite a while actually. It was quite lacquer. And then Rocket League, I played it on my wedding day. That's all I did in the morning. I smoked cigars and drank Jack Daniels and played Rocket League. And then yeah, Paladins I played for a while. Me and Francois used to play. Warframe I still need to give a go. Diablo I don't like. I know I'm one of 3 people in the world that don't like Diablo. Just never enjoyed the game. It's true though, Paladins is the cheap version of Overwatch.
True story.
It's a good game though. Like, they have changed quite a bit. Oh, Monkey's fighting with his...
Sorry. I had to fight with my headset there. It was like slipping down to a point where it's annoying.
Did you win at least? Because it sounded violent. Also, Monkey, I found out in our mod tools we can do subscriber only chats now.
Yeah, you can.
And this is the nice subscriber only chat where you don't have to pay money.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Definitely. I think YouTube goes for a bit more of a more free to play kind of.
Why did they post twice now? Oh, you must have Banshee joined the chat last night. It's quite like a good convo. Okay, I'm gonna pause the music for now.
I fell asleep watching the stream last night. So at some point.
Did my soothing voice put you to sleep? Monkey! There's nothing soothing about my voice.
I think just the heat of the bed put me to sleep.
Oh, lekker.
I was at some point getting insanely cold.
Oh, you say so that's why you went to bed. Well, because we spoke about last night, I got a new business card activated today for Radar. And then I just need to test if it works. So I went past Mr. Price and got myself a pair of tracksuit pants. I was like, oh, there we go.
Gentlemen.
Hello.
Trent, hello, sir.
How's it going?
Good. Back from last month.
Good. No, we've just arrived. I just wanted to let you guys know I'll be on a little bit later.
Fantastic, dude. We're just watching. We're not playing right now. We're watching the
Yeah, I see it's a reaction video.
Shh. Quiet. Sorry.
Cool. I'll join you guys later.
Cool. That's Apex.
Why is it sound? Just me. Okay, never mind. Just me.
Hi, I'm Stella Chung from IGN, and welcome to Spotlight, the first in the EA series that connects you to the games you love and the people who make them.
She's interesting
Leading
looking.
up to EA Play Live on July 22nd, EA invited me to come chat with the developers who are defining the future of first-person shooters.
Check the Battlefield player in the background.
Please join me in welcoming Vince Zampella, founder of Respawn.
This is the real life Apex. What's that guy's name?
Grenier,
Something
game
bots.
director
Heal
for
bots.
Apex Legends, Christian Grass, general manager of Ripple Effects Studios, and joining us live from DICE headquarters, Oskar Gabrielson, general manager of DICE. Today we're going to talk about first-person shooters, especially Apex Legends and the recently announced Battlefield 2042. So let's jump in. This is an insane group. So doing some quick calculation, how many years of game dev experience?
What's the guy's name? Is Patchwork or something?
Almost 20 years.
For
I
just
spent
you?
all of it with Vince, actually. Yeah.
That's not because she's Asian. It's her look,
Those happy years?
Banshee.
It's been a roller coaster.
Okay. And how
No, they've
about
been
you?
good.
So I've been with DICE for 20 years as well, but with Vince only for 2 years. So 2 good years, though, really good years.
I like that you specify that they're 2 very good years. Oskar, how about you?
I'd say 24 years. Kicked off early with
Jeez.
modding community back in the Counter-Strike and Quake days. Since then, came into DICE.
24
going
years
to
with
10 years
Battlefield.
ago. So it's been a thrilling ride of many different shooters.
And he's still smiling,
Is this
so
the
the
first
salty
you guys are
hasn't got
talking?
I think we all individually talk all the time, but just
Okay.
as one group, we haven't all been together like this.
So this is a very powerful group then.
I guess.
It's like
I'm
a
actually
powerhouse
very
of FPSs.
Pathfinder, there we go. That's the name.
Apex Games are where the champions are crowned, but the arenas are where legends are made.
So Apex Legends took the world by storm, launching just over 2 years ago, and you had no advertisement.
Yeah, we have to thank Apex
So,
for
do you guys have
the
any
respawn
stories that you
mechanic,
can share
actually.
with us?
Well, I recently just wrote a blog on our 2-year anniversary, kind of talking about how we kept the game a secret and did the Beyonce drop at the time. Like, so we kind of copied her strategy there.
Always go with Beyonce.
Yeah.
And you win.
Flawless.
Exactly.
Is that Woofy? So we've seen all this now. The splat moment.
You revealed Battlefield 2042 to the world last month. How does it feel to have the news finally out there?
Well, I think the theory is when you build a game and you're kind of looking forward to announcing it, you're supposed to feel excited and pumped and thrilled and all those kind of positive words.
Yeah.
The honest reality is pure agony the last couple of weeks before you show off. I think, you have teams that spent years and years and years, hundreds and hundreds of game creators creating these games, and then you get this final moment where you get to show the game to the world, and you never know what reactions are going to be. But it's of course super happy to be able to show the game to the world.
So nervous.
Super pumped about.
So
Showing
tell
off-
us about
showing
the
off your
game
work like
and its
that.
trademark game events that are truly next level.
Not many times in your career do you get the chance to go through a console transition. So when we got the chance now to work on the new generation of consoles, it really enabled us to rethink some of the kind of core building blocks of Battlefield, delivering a game at a scale we've never done before. And it comes both on the land masses you play Battlefield on, but also the player counts. Getting the chance to play with 128 players on an army scale kind of warfare setup. We added a lot of really cool gear to the game, things like grappling hooks, wingsuit. And then for some really cool reason, we like to say, what about a real-time tornado? Real-time tornadoes are cool, right? What about adding one of those to Battlefield? And then what happens if you take that and you combine it with a wingsuit, so you can kind of propel yourself
How do we make this even more hectic?
These tornadoes, they
could add a
kind of
tornado.
help in kind of grand way when you play. There's been more than a few playtests in which you're in this really intense situation where you're honestly pretty screwed. And then a lovely tornado shows up and just sweeps all the enemies in front of you. You're like, hey, that worked. High five, Mr. Tornado. And I think those kind of really big Levolution moments that we're introducing as part of Battlefield 2042 is what makes the game special. You need to play on your toes every single second because you never know what Mother Nature throws at you.
Can you shoot into and out of the tornado?
Of course you can shoot at a tornado. And that's one good way of understanding that the storm's actually approaching is just kind of looking up at the trees. If they're starting to bend a bit too much, you probably are supposed to start running because you're going to get, swept up by that tornado sooner or later.
Can you tell me how long the team has been working on the game?
Yeah, so this is a 3-year cycle for us, and that really has enabled us to both take a big leap when it comes to tech. So we're running on a completely new version of Frostbite, which has enabled us to push both visual fidelity and
That's what I'm
gameplay
excited
as a
about.
result. And really to kind of hone in on the concept. You've seen us talk about our no-path specialist, our new characters, and we've invested a lot of time and kind of love and passion into the storylines and the worlds and the war we're portraying. So we're super happy to get the chance to do that.
So DICE and DICE LA have had a long history with Battlefield, but before we talk about the history, DICE LA just rebranded. So can you tell us all about that, Christian?
Pokemon,
so the
yeah.
studio was formed 8 years ago as a way of expanding the capabilities that DICE had to build Battlefield. We wanted to push this idea that we have in the studio where we really want to drive quality in everything we do as a studio. And in order for us to do that in a really good way, we believe that you need to be good at listening. You need
Yeah,
to
there's a
listen
lot of
for the
chat
in the
happening as
studio
well.
to
It's
kind of
spammy.
find these good ideas.
I'm busy
And,
checking out now, so I'm
good
looking at.
ideas that we then try to turn into something
Oh wait,
real.
yeah.
And that sort of is ripple effect for us. It's this idea that great things have small beginnings, and that's kind of what a ripple effect is. But we're super excited about the name. We feel like it represents us. It flows well. It's a good name.
So the work that Oskar and Christian have been doing for Battlefield hasn't even been revealed yet. But Christian, I'm hoping that you can maybe give us a little bit of a hint.
So I can't say that much about it. What I can say is this.
I think
though,
it's
is that
Streamlabs
one
and
of the components in this experience that we're creating
the
is
Pokemon
that we're
plugin.
adding some of the fan favorite
it's just
maps
3 commands there.
back into Battlefield 2042. But the entire experience, you have to wait a bit longer before we reveal what that is.
How many people are watching?
The team at DICE announced
10,000.
Hazard Zone at the reveal, but didn't say much. We know it's being developed at DICE. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, I mean, so Battlefield 2042 ships with 3 core multiplayer experiences. We've shown off All Out Warfare. Of course, Christian and his team has something special coming shortly that we'll show at EA Play Live. And our second experience is called Hazard Zone. It's a high-stakes, squad-based game mode with a lot of high tension. It's not your classic Battle Royale. It's a really contemporary mode. It's also something the team has been thinking about for many years. We're really looking forward to showing it to the world. It has some really special components, and it really kind of leans into the superpowers of Battlefield and DICE at the same time. So we'll show more later this fall, just a couple of weeks and months before we launch the game in October.
So Vince, you've been part of some of the biggest FPS games in the history of the genre, like Medal of Honor, Allied
I'm
Assault,
just waiting for him to give
Call of Duty, and Call of Duty Modern
show us some
Warfare,
cool stuff.
Also the sequels to both of those franchises, Titanfall 1 and 2, my personal favorites, and Apex
Titanfall 2
Legends,
was
just
good.
to name a few. What is the secret ingredient to making a great FPS?
A great team.
That was immediate. I love that.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to something Christian mentioned, which is finding nuggets of gold within the team members themselves and putting them into the game, right? Building a great team where people are
I hope it's going to be fun.
passionate about making games. Ideas come from anyone, and so if you put the right people in place, then those ideas just sort of happen, assuming you have a collaborative culture and a place where people feel like they can speak up and pitch ideas.
And not all ideas are good. Like you have to be, like we'll throw out ideas and, you know, I'll say something and Chad will say, that's stupid, we're not doing that. Okay, and he's probably right.
You can tell he's
What
the
was
lab out of
maybe
the
an
group.
Apex that you guys threw out? Besides Titan, because we all know everyone's been asking about Titans.
There's a lot. Coming off of Titanfall 2, we had a lot of the Titanfall 2 mechanics in the game, like the Titans, and that was something that we decided to cut, as well as wall running and the jump packs. And I know those are all favorites of Titanfall players, but they added to what we call Brownian motion in our game, where players can sort of be anywhere at any time. And we wanted a slower paced, more predictable combat where, you know, you can predict when someone goes around the corner, like, you know, the possibilities of where they could be, and not that they can be anywhere. And then the Titans just sort of, you know, were a weird balance. They were sort of, how do you make them powerful enough that you feel really cool when you're in a Titan, but not OP? We had drop pods at the beginning instead of jumping out of the plane and sort of doing the skydive. We had a map that you would pick where you would drop and sort of just instantly dart down in a drop pod. But, you know, we found during playtest that giving players more time to reposition and see where other players are going and rethink strategy.
This game definitely started some new stuff.
It's a
What's
lot
that
of
backflip
playtesting
now? When did they
and,
introduce
trying
that
things
nonsense?
and failing fast and moving on or improving. If
You
see
purchased
a
our deluxe
positive
response package for that
I
answer.
think it's incredible to see.
I'd love to get their
your team
honest
work together,
opinion
like you
on
said,
this
a
like
great team
grind
secret
for
FPS, because now
cosmetics.
you have this title that is esports ready, and
Like,
you know ALGS has been.
Do you think they
doing wonders.
honestly
A lot of
enjoy
people
it,
wanting
or is
to
it
enter
like,
into it, and
oh
so
god, they're going to
it
do
just
another
kind of
like
puts
40
people
loot
putting
boxes
it.
kind of thing?
Yeah, we're really glad that people are playing it competitively, and ALGS has been great. Just held the championships, so that was really cool. Really big prize pool, so that's been exciting. Looking forward to doing it again next year.
I know you mentioned your team with Ripple Effect now, so would that kind of be your same answer?
Yeah, of course, Key is a great team. I mean, that's how you succeed. The other thing that I really like is, and I think that's something that the Battlefield franchise has done well, is not being afraid of taking risks and not saying no instantly. So if someone comes up with an idea, like having a tornado real time in the game, someone doesn't just say, that's insane, cut. Instead, it's like, yeah, maybe that could work. And that kind of what if question, I think, is super important. So you take some risk, like we introduced Destruction back in Battlefield Bad Company 1 into the game, which wasn't necessarily from a development point of view a sane idea, but it was a cool idea, and we wanted it, so we kind of pushed for it, even though
keep talking and it stays up.
It was really difficult to do. But then, like Vince said, you have to balance that with being bold enough to cut things that don't work as well. And that is actually more difficult than it sounds. It's difficult to cut things that you've been working on for a long time. So I think that balance is really important to strike.
Then turning to Oskar, is there anything that you've had to cut from previous games that you've worked on that kind of made you feel a little bit sad?
Oof. I have one that I miss, every single day. We'll hopefully get it back in, some Battlefield version. It's actually something we did back in the Battlefield 4 days called Tablet Commander. So you might remember you could actually join into a 64-player Battlefield session on your tablet, either an Android one or an iOS one. And we even had voice over IP support. So you could kind of call in supplies, do a bunch of things from the iPad. And the reason I remembered so well, it was actually the same year I got my first kid. So I couldn't sit in front of a console or PC, but what I could do is I could carry my kid on one arm, and I could have my iPad on the other one, and I could scream at my squad and give them squad orders. So we just
I
need to get
enjoyed
the
doing
tablet command
Commander.
back, and us not having it in the next couple of games is still really frustrating me. So we have to fix that.
Do you think we can make that happen?
Hopefully at some point it will be back in the game. I don't know though.
Let's do a classic, Christian.
You and I this weekend, Oskar. Let's write some code.
Yes.
How hard can it be?
I can basically,
I
I
love
don't
the
agree with
command
that
feature as
though,
well.
dude.
It's a good call out, Oskar.
So going back to Apex, Chad and Vince, you guys
Well,
have been able
actually,
to knock it out of the park.
if it looks
every
proper, not
season
this like
launch. And I think
cartoon
season
kiddie
9
crap
was
that
one of
COD's
the best
done.
because you also brought
Like,
back Titanfall 2's
you can change it
most
up, like
infamous
different
pilot,
camos and stuff like
Viper,
that. Yeah,
with
sure.
Valkyrie, and created this new backstory for a character that we really didn't get that much screen time with. How do you guys keep doing it?
Well, our writing team is just
They
loves
must definitely just
Titanfall,
keep it like
and they're trying it, you know, every
army,
moment to try to
not
squeeze something in. We've seen
like
that
now
the
with
fans
the
really
soccer
love it too.
players and
so when there's an
My Little
opportunity,
Pony
we,
and
we
Cuck.
obviously
Oh,
want to do it.
dude.
The team is just generally very familiar with all of the characters and the universe and all the lore. So sometimes it's a natural fit, and sometimes we just, you know, we'll pull in Ash to run the arenas or something like that. You know, it's all in the same universe, so it happens fairly naturally.
I think I saw that you guys even pulled in a community member to the writing team, right? I think that's incredible. What was your decision-making process on that?
Yeah, as the game gets bigger and we've got, you know, more devs working on the game, we needed to really document and start cataloging, you know, our lore and what we've done and what we haven't done. And
Yeah, something
history.
similar to Rainbow
And
Six
so he'd
Siege.
already
You
been
can do
essentially
that.
doing that for free. And so we just reached out and asked if he wanted to work for us. And yeah, now he works at Respawn, and he's sort of our lore expert now.
Oh my God, that's
I prefer if
amazing.
they just had a battle
The
pass
universe
that you
is
could
something
buy,
that we're building on,
and that's
we have
it.
big plans for in the future, so it's really important that we keep
keep
our
a
heads straight
record.
on everything, because it's not always easy.
Yeah, and I noticed that you also brought in, I think, community artists for all the Apex panels and even on Twitter, not even just in-game. So how do you find these people, these artists, and how do you pick them?
Man, there's been so much good art. We don't ask for it. They just post it.
And it's amazing. Thank you all.
It blows our minds. So we've done a bunch of things with the community, and honestly, we're just getting started. We're gonna.
I think I played
do a
Apex
lot
like
more.
3-4 months
Reached
ago.
out to a few people.
Played
and done
two
some comics
two
for
rounds
our
and left.
We just partnered with someone in the community to do an animated Pathfinder video.
Game over. Thanks for playing.
And yeah, just getting started. There's so many amazing artists out there, and you know we're also hiring, so they can always apply also. But they're doing great work.
That's amazing. I
Nice
think
job
it's so
getting
cool.
that.
Imagine,
Yeah.
imagine that, eh?
I think that's amazing.
You drawing
that they
fan
can
art and
tie
get
the
hired.
community
Must be so
into
cool.
This and kind of give back in that sort of form. I love it so much. Even the casual comics that I see retweeted on the Apex Legends Twitter account. I think it's really cool that you've been able to bridge that gap between people who are so passionate and aren't necessarily developers.
Yeah,
or in the
definitely.
gaming
Like it's
industry,
like
but
you get
they
noticed.
just
You're
wanna
like,
share
oh my
their love
god,
for the game. You
oh,
guys have,
they
like,
saw
embraced
me.
the
Oh my
community,
god.
which is incredible.
Yeah, and we've been partnering with them to actually help get them actual lore, so they can release their own comics and things that are actually, you know, like a legit backstory, and it's not just their own creation. But
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Some legends fight for fortune, others answers. But we shall all be forged in the glorious realm.
Mirage, quiet.
What was the inspiration for Apex Legends?
Well, we were really passionate about making a team-based game, and we initially were prototyping with different classes and how do you create team play. And so some of our early legends were like Lifeline, you know, being the combat medic. Pathfinder came over from Titanfall 2 and sort of naturally found some abilities.
Wasn't really an anime, but yeah, sure.
But I think once we honed in on making the game about the actual legends, not so much the abilities or the gameplay, but more through the eyes of these legends, that's when the game really took off from a development point of view. And a lot of the team just got really passionate about the actual legends themselves and who they are. And then things start lining up and making sense, like why is Bloodhound doing these abilities? And I think that's when the team sort of became aligned and started working together.
We talk of victory and slaughter.
Yeah, and I think we were looking at what was happening kind of as we progressed after Titanfall 2, like where we would take multiplayer and kind of looking at, you know, the Battle Royale space. And it
I
kind of
remember the whole
blew up, and we
Apex
wanted
thing
to
was
take that
like
and do something new and unique with it.
such a
So kind of
big
combining
leak,
that
and it
with
happened, and then
character-based
they were like,
running
"Oh
with that
fuck it," and they
just
just
made sense.
released it.
Yeah, and I think you guys
Like, out
said
of
that
nowhere.
you want to expand beyond Battle Royale, which was evident in Season 9's arenas. Can you guys give us a hint at what else you might be planning going beyond Battle Royale?
Yeah, so Battle Royale will continue to be a primary focus for us. That's, you know, that's the roots of the game. but we have been trying to expand beyond
It's
Battle
so
Royale.
good.
because
Battlefield
we
doesn't
have,
have Battle
what we
Royale.
think is a
It's
really great
amazing.
combat loop and fun
focus
core
on the actual gameplay.
And so we're trying to offer more ways to play. So we just released Arenas in Season 9. And in Season 10, I can confirm that we'll be releasing a ranked version of Arenas.
Two-shot this person.
The rules are simple. Whoever survives wins.
So I'm very curious.
Like
what
Arena,
FPS
yes, Arena I
defined
can
you
do.
as a developer?
So for me, it's the first FPS game I shipped, which was Battlefield 1942. It took off, became a huge success. So kind of everything there on that journey, building that game and experiencing the launch. I mean, it's one of the greatest, I guess, memories I have in my career. So that's the game that defined me.
I just realized you launched with 1942 and now it's 2042. How do you feel about that?
I feel really good about it. So when I love the name, so I think that was a great.
My first Battlefield
choice.
was 2142. I
Going
played
back
it at
to our
a
roots
land
in a way. So
center.
I love that name and I love it sort of coming together.
What about you, Oscar?
Yeah, I have to go back to my classic Counter-Strike days. I know I spent
Nice
decades
jump
and
work,
decades,
no.
it feels like, in the game. I still, like, on a rainy Sunday, instead of actually playing, like, proper multiplayer games, I will just join an empty Dust 2 server, and I will work on my smoke grenades, just to make sure. I don't know why. I haven't given up on that, given up on that.
One-shotting
dream of
attack,
becoming a
that's
pro
the
player.
design
It'll
team,
never happen, but it's still my go-to game.
Is that the point of attack? Is to be
What
like
about Vince? I'm very curious.
stronger than most?
Probably like Doom, because the modding, we spent a lot of time like making mods and trolling our friends as we played, kind of LAN party style. And then playing probably Quake 3 Arena was probably like the game that I had the most fun, playing competitively.
Do you think you could have gone pro in it?
Oh gosh, no.
Chad, how about you?
Yeah, I'm kind of surrounded by my idols here because I grew up, as far as multiplayer gaming, playing a lot of Battlefield 1942. And then what got me my start in my career is actually playing and modding Medal of Honor Allied Assault, which is a game Vince made. So, and then, that's how I met Vince and got my job and all
That's
that
cool.
and started working on Call of Duty.
How does it feel, like, hearing all this right now?
That's the COD
really
guy.
good.
Okay.
Of course, yeah, it's great. But I mean, it's like we're all fans of each other's work. I mean, I love playing Allied Assault. Modern Warfare was amazing. I used to play a ton of Counter-Strike as well. I think maybe most of us did. That was a ton of fun.
So when are you and Oscar going to team up for CSGO?
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure Oscar is way better than I am. So
Well,
I don't
maybe
know.
he can
Or
coach
maybe
you.
you can carry me, Oscar.
Yeah.
I think that the five of us, on this call, we're all great in theory, at least, and that's a really good start. The question is if we can translate it in a good place, but maybe we can schedule something for this weekend. We just need to finish these games we're working on.
Yeah, I think people assume that we're good at the games we work on.
no,
but
no,
it's,
no.
Like, it's this weird thing where you put out a game and instantly you have like an hour window maybe where you know the tricks better than the players, and then they just
Okay,
surpass you.
so yeah, dude, I haven't seen that. I haven't played it enough to see it.
Like, what is a moment?
I'm not just
where
getting melted by
you've seen
someone
a
because they know the
fan
guns.
post
'Cause I don't know the guns.
gameplay of something that you never thought was possible in a game
Every day.
every day? Is there like a favorite moment?
What was the curved bullet thing in Titanfall?
Curved bullets? I don't remember that one.
Yeah, where they used the warp thing and they would curve.
Oh, that kind of tank. I'm thinking like a World of Warcraft
I'm
type
so
of
glad
tank.
I wasn't playing against them.
Yeah, anytime we release something new, also, we think it's like really
Okay.
well balanced, and then we release it, and we just like, oh no, people are doing that with it. It's awesome. Love it.
Okay, what about a battlefield moment? Because I know that.
I just go aggressive with tanks, but
So what is
when you get hit with one, you got to be more
aggressive.
aggressive or more cautious than
remember
aggressive.
actually,
You
which
got to
was
get
kind of
distance so
bizarre,
you
we
can
were playing
see.
against a bunch of journalists on BF 1942.
Because
early on, and they
two
took the
decent
B-17
players
and
can
started
take you down
wing walking on the
instantly.
B-17, so the entire team flew on the B-17, walking on the wings. That was an amazing moment. That we didn't even know that you could do.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the kind of magic pieces when it comes to Battlefield is this notion of like what people can do in a social construct. And I mean, and many actually of the Easter eggs we produce across the years in Battlefield really.
This is what I
are
love
all
about Battlefield.
players
It's all these
coming
Easter
together,
eggs.
doing things together to unlock something unexpected or crazy.
Whoa!
So there's some magic sauce there in Battlefield that really works well with the community.
And this guys.
So earlier this year, EA moved Need for Speed to go all in on Battlefield. Can you tell us how that works with a total of 3 studios and EA Gothenburg supporting specifically on Frostbite engine tech?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say on a normal year, it would be borderline impossible to pull in that many studios to build a game like this. But I think this COVID environment we've been in means that it's actually
the Need for Speed guys working.
Because we're all in the same kind of infrastructure, Zoom meetings, virtual whiteboards, virtual play tests. You know, everything has the word virtual ahead of it. So this is by far the biggest Battlefield team,
dude, that's like the also the Das Aleski. Do the full proper unlocks. That's also just insane.
42 launch.
That all the bots and all that, figuring out your binary and all that shit. It's crazy.
For everyone in Gothenburg, Guildford,
Battlefield has got the best Easter eggs.
And it's honestly not only those folks. There's been engineers and artists and audio designers from kind of every single corner of the world across Electronic Arts helping out on this game. And I think you've seen it.
Yes, the Phantom missions, that's it. Those are done so well.
It's really shining through. So, kudos.
It really made you play well as well. It's like it didn't ruin the game. It kept the game fun and active.
Things are about to get mighty interesting.
I didn't even recognize half his people.
Coming up on the next season
I played season 1 of Apex. That's all I played.
The past year?
Yeah, there's been a lot of lessons. I think from a development perspective, make sure that we're giving everything enough time to be good before it comes out.
Battlefield 5, I got to level 50 or something like that. Must have stopped playing. Didn't have any staying power for me.
I think early on we were probably trying to hold to our guns and release things on schedule, and now I think we're a little bit more flexible with that sort of thing, and I think the players have responded well to that. We'd much rather release something when it's really good and ready than to just get it done on time.
Yeah, I don't think everyone realizes how much time some of this takes. Like, characters we've gotten it down now to only about a year.
It's a little bit more, yeah, a year and a half or so.
I was educating one of my mates on how crazy game development actually is.
With things we want to be able
to get it as smooth as anything. It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Out of curiosity, how long would a map take to develop?
We're generally about a year and a half from when we first start doing blockouts to shipping.
What about map changes, actually? Is that any easier than doing full map updates?
It's definitely a lot easier. Like a map update is generally about 6 months. So we're a couple seasons ahead on those, and then a town takeover, we're usually about 1 season ahead.
And actually, I'm very curious, how long does it take to make a map in Battlefield?
Somewhere between 6 and 12 months, based on size, complexity. Is it a new biome, new gameplay opportunities? It's a bunch of time to pull that off, especially our big
that's without the play testing.
It's a massive challenge, really balancing everything there.
So then that kind of begs the question, how hard is it to run a live service game?
Backflip through a tornado.
It's harder than we thought.
We're still learning how to do it, I think. It's kind of, we get better every time, I hope. And I think there's a lot of content, it's a lot of testing. The good part of it is you can put things out there and try things and not being afraid of things failing, but
it'd be cool if they bring the test servers as well.
Content that the fans, they need to last an entire 3-month season and have enough content to keep people coming back and engaged and entertained. You'll see.
And how does COD do it? Just make the levels. They make you level up. It takes forever because they want to make it last longer.
If I could go back, I think the only advice I'd give myself was to make sure that you've got the pipeline and the tools and the team ready to start creating that content. Because for us, we were all in on launch. We launched the game, and then it's like, oh, this game got popular. We have to do like a season 1. What are we going to put in it? And we had very little content ready to go.
Yeah, the first couple seasons were a lot of work for the team.
Yeah.
We've slowed it down now and kind of balanced, we want quality of life for the team too, so we kind of always try to ride that line, but the first couple were
We were also just very used to 2-year-long or more development time and then a big release. And it was
the same shop, right? Like you get the little.
We had never done. How do you
shop, right? You shop, you get your little mini groceries.
So we just had to completely change the way that we think about development.
So Oskar, I'm curious.
After you get like what 30 of the mini groceries,
how are you guys
they bring out the new series. Then you got to buy the new folder.
Of course, we've had the Battlefield 4 live service we did together with Christian and the team over in DICE LA. We had Battlefield 5 just recently. We took Star Wars Battlefront 2 on quite a journey, adding new content and updates, evolving that game a whole lot after launch. So we have a couple of tricks up our sleeve as we get to the live service for Battlefield 2042. And many of those learnings actually came from Apex Legends and all the great work the Respawn team has done with that game.
Yeah, I mean, with this job, you kind of get to learn new things every day. We constantly grow and change and push the boundaries. So
just showing the chat twice.
Doing this.
Yeah.
You also feel like when you release a game that you worked on for that long and you're done, my experience, the team kind of feels like they wish they could have done this or that.
Yeah.
It's never quite done, right?
Oh,
It's sort of the artist mentality. So the nice thing with live service, it's like, well, it's not done. You can keep doing, you can keep changing, you can keep polishing or doing whatever you want. So there's a benefit.
You also get that instant kind of gratification. So normally we spend 2 to 3 years before anyone sees what we're doing. Whereas in a live service world, we can create something today and then a few weeks later it's in the hands of players. When we were doing the community test environment for BF4, that
they don't have to do like a launch sequence. They can just do it immediately.
Players on Tuesday, because it didn't have to be perfect. It was a test environment, and our developers love that instant feedback that you get from something and kind of working.
I'm be playing some DCS.
Quiet and secret.
Secretive
for 2 years. And
digital combat simulator. Gonna go fly some F-18s.
Which is really great.
This is my favorite part. Exciting.
It's time we jump to the part that everyone has been waiting for. What does the future of FPS games look like to you? Vince, because you have the most history with FPS games, we'll start with you. What does the future look like?
Apex versus Battlefield.
Love it.
You can see these guys are nerds, actually. It's quite cool.
I don't know. I think the best part is we don't really know yet. There's so many things that we haven't even thought about or put thought into yet that it's exciting, and we get new consoles now, so we see the power that we haven't even really started to unlock yet, so that'll get better and better.
Yeah. How about you, Chad?
The other thing that excites me is there's a whole new generation of gamers. And we're up here talking about, games we've played in the past, and there's people who have never even heard of them or never had the chance to experience them. So I think there's a lot of gameplay experiences that you can pay homage to or something, or experiences you can bring, right? Respawn just made a World War II game, for instance, and I grew up on a World War II game that Vince made, ironically. And I think a lot of
Medal of Honor
games
was
first time
awesome.
and learn something about World War II, and so just opportunities like that. There's a whole new generation of gamers. And so
he's got like a special room.
It feels like there's so much more we could do and should do on the kind of social side of our games. If you look at a traditional sport, you could you could go outside and just kick a ball or throw a ball, and you can watch it on TV, and you can go to a stadium and watch it, and you can participate in fantasy versions of it, and it becomes more than just that actual game. Whereas I feel like we're only at the beginning of that, where we can turn it into more of a social
one of their
thing
lights
where
failed.
you hang out in this world, in these worlds that we create, not just to compete, but also just to be there with your friends. I think there's a ton of.
That's the backlight for this side. Oh, that's
Oscar, I'm very curious as to what your answer is.
Cloud computing has really changed a bunch of other industries, and gaming kind of barely touched on it. So if you think about a game like Battlefield, we have things like AI in the game now, destruction, actually procedural level.
I'm actually keen to see the bots.
And the next gen consoles.
It's gonna keep a lot of the
but if we move much of that
skill
logic out
levels
to the cloud,
separate.
which is kind of servers and other language,
It's gonna be cool.
we can do some really high scale computing that we haven't been able to do in the past. Destruction, visual fidelity. And I think it's just a couple of years away. And then
she's wearing a tie.
Pretty cool shooter games out there, I'd imagine. But we'll see. Soon, trademark.
Battlefield 2042 being one of them?
No comments.
Oh, okay. So, Chad, what should we expect from EA Play Live on July 22nd?
Yeah, so our next season is rapidly approaching.
Dude,
so
I almost
we're
bought a
going to
Goku
be
figure today.
unveiling Some new information around our upcoming season.
I
including,
couldn't spend that
some
much money there. It was
information
like,
about our next
$3
legend.
grand for
He
Goku
is
and
very
Vegeta.
interesting and unique in many ways, and I think players will be really
guys.
excited to learn about him.
I'm very excited to learn, and I'm assuming you can't share more about that, but I'm so excited. So, Oscar, what should fans expect from Battlefield 2042 at EA Play Live on July 22nd?
So I think it's that mode that was on a whiteboard for many decades and many years and never kind of happened. And now Christian and his team and LA have been, orchestrating and building it. So, Christian?
Yeah, I mean, it's super exciting, and of course a bit nerve-wracking, kind of showing something for the first time, but hoping that the players, the community will really embrace and like what we're going to show them on July 22nd.
Yeah.
I think they will, Christian. It's cool.
It's really exciting.
It's cool. Yeah. It's really cool.
It
The passion from the team comes through, every time they show it off, it's amazing.
Yeah, Christian and his team actually showed Lars Mr. Battlefield Gustafsson that experience just a few weeks ago. And you know, Lars, as you might know, has been with the franchise for the 2 decades it existed. I think he was jumping around on the Zoom chair, really happy with what we saw. And I think that's a great testament.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks away.
At the EA Play Live.
So get a sturdy chair ready to watch it.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us here. Thank you for having me. It was so great to hear everyone's experiences, and I'll let you guys get back to your game development. I'm so excited to see what you guys have in store for us. So thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this first Spotlight. More from the EA Play Live Spotlight series coming soon. Follow @EA on Twitter or go to
I legit thought this would be a lot more than this.
Also remember, EA Play Live is July 22nd and you don't want to miss that. I'm Stella Chung from IGN and this was a ton of fun. Thanks everyone for joining and I'll see you on the battlefield.
Yay. Individual studios, man, who gives a fuck about that?
Possibilities of where they could be, and not that they can be anywhere.
Okay, cool. So that was that, guys. What'd you guys think? Thoughts, comments, opinions? You donated 100 what? What did you didn't donate money, did you? You got me confused now. Oh, did you donate money to the stream? Oh. Okay, I'll see what this guy also likes money. Just say. No, I'm joking. Oh gosh, you guys never feel. There we go. So they have no money. He's talking shit, Dad. Yeah, when I get my 1,000 subs, and I think I'll have a join button, which is cool. And I can do like exclusive videos for members. That's awesome. Means more work, but hey. Cool, guys. Yeah, let's take a break, and I'm gonna schedule another stream for Hoppers 8. We're gonna be doing some DCS. If you want to download it now. It's free with a 2-week trial. So yeah, guys. I think yeah. I'll see you a little bit later, guys. Have a good one. I'm muffing out.